Hey everyone, it's James at Yoreevo with our April 2021 Manhattan Market Update, and we can keep this update pretty brief because everything that we've been saying for the last couple months just continued. The market continues to get even stronger. If you remember last month, we were at almost record levels of demand in terms of contracts signed, and we eclipsed that this month. We had almost 1,600 listings go into contract this month. And remember, we're going up against COVID numbers now, so the year-over-year numbers are meaningless. But if we compare to the 2017 to 2019 average, we're up 57%. So let's look at the chart here, and you can see just miles above what we're normally seeing. And it doesn't matter what price point you're looking at, we're up significantly. We're actually seeing more demand at the higher end. And if you think about it for a second, that kind of makes sense. A lot of the studio and one-bedroom buyers aren't here. But even with that being the case, we're still seeing record levels of demand at the under 600,000 and 600,000 to 1 million price bands. This is the same chart we showed last month, but we were focusing on this line right here to show record levels of activity. And then here's April 2021. So we can also look at it on a weekly basis, and no surprise, it just continues to build. I don't know how sustainable this is because it's just a crazy level of demand, and then also supply is not matching the demand. So the market's getting tighter, which obviously has implications for pricing, which we'll get to. But very, very strong levels of demand. If you're out there and thinking, oh, I'm going to get a COVID discount, you're not going to. That ship has sailed, unfortunately. And we've also had a little bit of a boost here because the mortgage rates have ticked down a little bit. We've been looking at this chart, which again is pretty busy. But you can see we had a little bit of a downtick here over the last couple of weeks. So we're back around that 3% level for the 30-year fixed. And then on listing inventory, which is the other piece of the puzzle, we're seeing a very, very slight uptick, but again, nothing like we would normally see this time of year. So you can see we're just kind of plateauing and dribbling down, and then just a bit of an uptick, about 200 listings month over month. But again, look at this chart for the last couple of years, and you can see we normally see a much steeper rise in inventory this time of the year. The listing inventory is actually higher at the lower price points and lower as you go to the higher price points, going back to that higher demand at the higher price points that we were talking about earlier. And the pricing, again, I say this pretty frequently, that the reported data that you're seeing is very much a lagging indicator because the listings need to have an accepted offer needs to go in contract needs to close, and then Acris needs to report it. But as you can imagine, with demand so high and inventory still stagnating around the 7,000 listings level, the market's getting tighter, pricing is getting pushed up. We're going to see that flow through over the next 6 to 9 months. And if you're in the market and you want to talk about specific neighborhoods, specific price points, that's really the level of specificity that you need to understand today's market, because you can go a couple blocks or a mile away from one property to another, and it'll be a completely different market. So feel free to contact us at info@yoreevo.com, and we'll walk you through what we're seeing in any particular neighborhood, price point, product type, because we're very active both in Manhattan, Brooklyn, even Queens. We've been pretty active there as well. So we probably have a pretty good read on any search that you're working on. So again, info@yoreevo.com, and we'll see you next month. Thanks a lot. Bye.